Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to this Clemson broadcast of the Clemson hockey team. We are live in Taylor, South Carolina at the Pavilion. I'm Wyatt Street, joined by Matt Tiert, and we are broadcasting this game to you for Tigervision. Again, the coolest place in town, the Pavilion.
That's
Matt,
right.
The Tigers, unfortunately, 0-1 after their first game of the season.
Tough
losing
loss.
6-4 to rival South Carolina. Couldn't quite get past the Gamecocks. An incredible back-and-forth game that ultimately the Tigers were unable to win.
That's right. It was a closer game than 6-4. We had the lead at 3-1. Toughest lead in hockey is a 2-goal lead, and they have tied it, took the lead 3 straight, and then we just couldn't gain momentum after that. It was 5-4, and then they get an empty netter, so
yeah.
Closer, like I said, closer game than the 6-4 score looked. But tough loss. We're going to bounce back and hopefully get a win tonight against Charlotte.
Yes, and bringing up Charlotte. Charlotte, this is their first game of the season, Clemson's opponent for tonight. So the 49ers, they have nothing to go off of right now. They're fresh, but they also don't have the momentum that a game, a loss or a win either way, can build. So Clemson is working off of something. Charlotte's kind of going into this blind. How do you think that could impact tonight?
Well, that means, like you said, regardless win-loss, Clemson has their skates under them a little bit. The freshmen, the sophomores, we're going to talk about that in a little bit, but they have the experience at least of one game. The nerves aren't there as much as they were last game, rival game, first game of the season, stuff like that, especially with the freshmen stepping up big last game. So I think that might be the difference is Clemson, the young guys don't have the nerves as much. Well, all the guys don't have the nerves as much.
Yeah.
But
And I like that you bring up the freshmen and the young guys, too, because that's something we mentioned a lot in the last game. Both South Carolina and Clemson, very young teams. Clemson, a very sophomore-heavy team.
Yep.
And in speaking with the Charlotte head coach before this game, they're also a very young team. This is a team that's made up majority of new players. They only had a small handful of core returning players. So they're not only going into this as their first game, but it's a lot of new guys playing their first games as well. And we saw that with Clemson last game, and it was the freshmen. We had worries about them, but they stepped up big. As a matter of fact, out of all of the goals and assists that Clemson got in the previous game, only one came from a non-freshman or sophomore, and that was Jacob Vanderleest's goal.
Yep, that was well, we can't discredit Jacob Vanderleest's goal a little bit. That was an absolute snipe. Coming from a veteran player, you kind of expect those things. Not that quite that world-class shot, but getting pucks on net like that. And then, as we mentioned, Jacko and Turner, 2 goals. We had him on the hockey show on Monday. Couldn't be a nicer kid, and he's just ready to grind and get back on the ice. And hopefully, we promised him if he got a hat trick, then he's back on the hockey show. So we'll see about that. But
one guy who might have something to say about that is somebody who's looking for a shutout, Jake Badger, the starting goalie for the Tigers. You heard, we said his name a lot during the South Carolina game. Yes, 6 goals did go into the net, but only 5 of them, because of the empty netter, got actually past Jake Badger. And another thing to consider, too, Clemson gave up 52 shots on goal. The Gamecocks were able to put 52 shots on the net in that game, and Badger was able to save 46 of them. So he did about everything he could have done, and they're going to need another big game from him tonight, theoretically, to win this.
Yeah, Badger was definitely the best player on the ice last game for both teams. Just couldn't get the result he wanted, but we'll see how he plays tonight. If he can carry that momentum from last game to this game, not give up 6, but 50 saves in this game would be huge. Quite possibly would be a shutout, because I don't know if Charlotte can put 50 on net. New squad, new coaching staff, as their coach alluded to, in their first game of the season. So,
and warm-ups seem to be wrapping up here shortly. So Matt, we've talked about the young guys. We've talked about Jake Badger. We've talked about Charlotte being a fresh team going into their first game. Clemson already having a game under their belt, but still a very young team, and the freshmen, young guys stepping up.
Yep.
What are your keys to this game for the Tigers?
Keys to the game. Put them on this fancy little board here.
Yes.
We'll read them to you as we're zooming the camera across the ice, but score first, that's huge, especially in a hockey game of this magnitude, as you would say. Club hockey's it's a whole different animal, as the Charlotte coach alluded to. with his experience in the NHL at all levels, NHL, international hockey. So capitalize on the power play. They changed up the power play a little bit, as Coach Zander for Clemson said, as well as Isaiah when I spoke to him. They changed it up a little bit. They added Jacko and Turner on the power play, which could be huge, especially with the way he played last game. Established physical dominance. That's what Isaiah said. That was one of his key points last game and this game. Come out hitting, hit hard, hit fast, and hopefully establish their dominance physically. Proverbially hit Charlotte in the mouth a little bit and allow them to hold back. And then my biggest point and the emphasis on the biggest key to the game, pucks on net. Gotta put pucks on net, because pucks on net turn into pucks in the net.
Exactly. I know you love your pucks on the net. As the teams are getting lined up and ready to go, we're waiting here. Got a couple more minutes, it seems. We got your keys of the game for Clemson. Real quick, couple keys of the game for Charlotte as they try to take on this Tiger squad.
Well, as we saw from South Carolina, they were really successful at just peppering Jake Badger with shots, over 50 shots. I think that's going to be their key. They have to score first, especially on the road. I feel like that to take this crowd out of it, and then also let the home team know that we're here to play. We're not here to play around. And then also, like I said, put a bunch of pucks on net. So.
All right, well, there you have it. The puck is dropped, and we are underway here at the Pavilion in Taylor, South Carolina. The coolest place in town. The Tigers win the opening faceoff, but Charlotte gets the puck. Their sticks on the puck, but they can't keep control of it. The Tigers now back in possession, trying to get something going here. Across the ice, but can't gain control of it. That was Halsey who couldn't gain control of it. That puck sent back. Charlotte back in over towards behind the Tigers' net. They'll reset. Tries to pass it out, and it seems that Charlotte's got it. Now Clemson's got a stick on it, passing it back, but Charlotte's going to pass it over and can't quite gain control of it. So Clemson yet again getting back possession of the puck and sent back down. And they're just playing back and forth with this. Neither team wants to keep possession of the puck, it seems like. Neither team can hold it. And just as I say that, yet again, the Tigers cough up possession. There's a shot wide. So our first shot of the game. Now the Tigers storming up the ice.
They could have a 3-on-2 here.
And poked away by the Charlotte defender. But the Tigers get the possession of the puck back, and again poked away by a Charlotte defender. Now it's the 49ers here on the attack. And that's Baltus there coming up big on defense, stealing that puck away and helping the Tigers reset. But that's sent back over to a Charlotte player, and that's sent back over to a Clemson player. A little back and forth behind the net there between two Tigers defenders, and stolen away by a 49ers player. Sends it over, nobody home. So here we go. The Tigers now on the attack. Oh! Hit it to the boards. Puck dislodged. Tigers fighting to keep possession. And in fact, it's Charlotte who's going to come away. Oh no, Clemson. Goal! Chipping it right over the goalie. Looked like it was number 26, Nick Cheser, excuse me. And the Tigers, not even 2 full minutes into this game, strike first, drawing first blood over the 49ers and getting a lead. And wouldn't you know it, a sophomore, one of the young guys.
The young guys stepping up. That was a weird sequence. We had a turnover in our offensive zone, and he just backhanded it in, and it seemed to just trickle its way into the back of the net. So 1-0 Tigers.
Yeah, quite an interesting sequence of events, like you said, Matt. Another shot all the way down from about center ice. But like you said, that was a very interesting sequence of events, and it turns into a goal for the Tigers.
Puck's on net, Wyatt.
Puck's on net. They got a puck on the net, and it turned into a
goal for the Tigers.
A puck in the net. That is right.
Well, yeah, that's what.
Yeah, that's where I was. Come on, man. You know your own catchphrases. So very quickly, we've got some scoring in this game. The Tigers now trying to come out of a toss-up there, and it's blown dead by the officials. So we've got a little bit of a break in the action, and you said one of your keys in the game, scoring first. The Tigers did that. How do you think that changes the complexion of this game moving forward?
Well, that means Charlotte's playing down, which means that at some point in this game, if they're still down, they're gonna have to play desperate, which means more mistakes. So if Clemson here can capitalize on this 1-goal lead, turn it into a 2-goal lead, then they might be sitting pretty.
And that was Butterfield trying to come up the ice by himself. Couldn't quite get it going. Charlotte player comes down. That puck is whistled dead. So we'll reset here. Both teams doing some line shifts, so we'll get some fresh legs out there on the ice. As the Tigers try to add on to this lead. 17-15 left in this first period. Already a 1-0 advantage for the Tigers. So a quick bounce back, it seems, after that loss last week. But as we saw in that game, things can go south very quickly. Oh, a huge hit. Going to have to reset here. Don't want the offsides. And in doing so, they'll cough up possession. Another big hit. Physical play here, it seems, from the Tigers. And that was something we saw a lot of last week against South Carolina. And here we go. Had an opportunity, but blown dead. So, as I was saying, saw a lot of physical play last week against the Gamecocks. Now, a lot of that could potentially be attributed to the fact that it is the rivalry game, but we're seeing a little bit of that again still here today, so it might be more of a theme of how this team plays, Matt.
Yeah, Isaiah said that, Isaiah Jackson, their captain, said that pregame that they want to establish physical dominance. He said that before both games, so it looks like that is a theme of this team.
Yeah.
Ryman over here.
Physical play. People love that. I love that.
That's right. Makes for exciting hockey, and it kind of gives you a reputation of, oh, I don't want to play that team because they hit hard, they hit often.
Yes, it seems to be effective. The Tigers use it to their advantage a lot against South Carolina. Using it to their advantage here today. Had an opportunity. That was Ferrone coming forward, but now that puck taken by the Charlotte 49ers, sent all the way down. And, oh, Charlotte playing a little physical there as well. So going both ways here. And Jake Badger, his first save of the night. There you go, folks. We finally got a Badger in there. He's going to look to be huge for the Tigers here tonight, coming up big. But that's we're almost 4 minutes into this game, and that's the first time we've seen the 49ers get a puck on the net.
Yeah, that's right. So the Clemson coach was saying that they made some changes in practice, and just the defense is looking to fill some gaps.
And that's a save by Badger. He covers it up, so we'll get a stoppage and reset.
The coach was saying that he was looking to fill some gaps and have the defense play a little bit better. That's something they practiced on in practice. A lot of emphasis on the defense just helping out Badger, and less shots on net, especially after last week, 52.
Right,
so
52 shots on goal. That's not what you want as a defense. So Clemson going to have to play a little bit better on defense in that regard. And that's McKeon skating right up the ice with the puck, but it gets skeeted away all the way down. Seems to be an icing here. So we'll reset once again. The Tigers now have an opportunity. McKeon taking that puck all the way up, but Charlotte poking it away. Very good job on that. So Charlotte here on the icing, unable to change out their players. So maybe some fresh legs against not so fresh legs. Clemson will win that faceoff, but poked away by a Charlotte defender once again. So Charlotte using those poke checks very effectively. But they have the risk of the offside, so they'll have to cough up possession. That one's sent directly into a Charlotte defender. Charlotte taking it back up. Physical play from the Tigers, knocking it loose. And the Tigers will get possession of it behind their own net, sent back up. A little bit of back and forth. Didn't know he had it, but it's right there under his feet. Awkward possession here, but the Tigers still have control of the puck after barely losing it a few times there. Didn't even know they had it at one point, and tries to pass it back but cannot connect. Badger will pick it up behind the net, reset, and that's Ralston there taking it. Tried to connect with his man. Charlotte gets in the way. Now there's a scuffle for the puck, and once again trying to connect with the man but can't quite. Oh, but an opportunity here. Tried to go backhand, lifted it over the net. And now Charlotte, potential 2-on-1 scenario here, and blocked away by Baltus. Another shot and save by Jake Badger.
That was a beautiful poke check by Nick Baltus. He disrupted that 2-on-1 a little bit and allowed his teammates to get back and kind of delayed the blow of the 2-on-1. So And then the shot was right to Badger's chest, so bumping the numbers a little bit for Jake Badger.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy there for Badger. Didn't have to work too hard for his meal on that one. And Badger, we're calling his name a lot yet again. Not nearly quite as much as we did in the South Carolina game, but that's because of less particular shots. And again, Badger scoops it up.
Well, that was one of the keys to the game is Badger going to play as well as he did last game. Giving up 6 goals, that one kind of stings, but again, we alluded to South Carolina had 52 shots on goal, so if he has less shots, he might have a potential for an easier game.
And so far, so good for Mr. Badger here tonight, as that's Isaiah Jackson, the captain, bringing it up the ice. The pass to Baltus, tried to get to the cross, but couldn't quite get it there. Still maintains possession. That's knocked away. There's a fight for it there, and Charlotte's going to come out with possession of the puck. So it's sent forward, Clemson knocking it away, but Charlotte is there to recover it. And it's going to be sent up and into the net over the boards. So out of play, and we will reset once again. Both teams sending out a set of fresh legs. So new skaters on the ice, new lines, as they try to get something going. The Tigers wanting to add on to their lead. 13 minutes and 57 seconds left in this first period. And the Charlotte 49ers hoping to crack onto the scoreboard and tie this bad boy up. But Clemson will come out with the puck there after Charlotte wins the faceoff, trying to fight forward. Back and forth there. The Tigers get possession. Tried to send it over to Butterfield, but couldn't quite connect. So Charlotte once again on the attack, sent across. Physical play, good poke checks, and the Tigers defense stifles that attack once again. And once again, sent down the ice. Clemson will get possession behind the net, trying to send it forward and get it out, trying to just clear this puck, but Charlotte being resilient, getting the possession. Badger fights it off, couldn't quite hold on to it though, but Clemson gets a save and possession, trying to fight forward here. The shot! Oh, couldn't quite get it in. Looked like he tried to send it into the top corner there, Matt.
Joe Halsey back here in our defensive zone was all over the ice. Poke check, putting bodies on bodies. I mean, he was definitely a big part of that shift why that didn't end with a goal.
Yeah, kind of heaven in hiding there for the Tigers. Things are pretty easy for him. It looks like he's out there with his eyes closed, but it doesn't matter. There you go, folks. I got a couple Halsey references in there. There's more of that to come, trust me. Physical play there, collision for the puck, and the 49ers will be the ones to come out on top with it. Lance Ralston, however, will claim possession for the Tigers. And that's going to be sent down and icing called. So we will reset here down in front of Jake Badger. Charlotte looking to crack onto the scoreboard. They've got 4 shots on goal to the Tigers 1, but the difference there, efficiency. Clemson 100%, 0% for the 49ers.
Well, I like 100%. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to get on my test here at Clemson University.
And the Tigers there looking to break through. The puck is just smoothing around at the skates, bouncing around. Nobody could get possession of it. And now it's the Niners who do have possession, trying to get it out, but the Tigers will intercept it, keep possession, won't have to reset for the fear of offsides, just barely. But 49ers now coming up the ice. Jake Badger with another save, and the Clemson defense making sure to get it out of the dangerous zone there. So there's a fight for it there. The Tigers now have it coming up the ice on the attack, trying to break through, but can't quite get it in there. That's sent down, waffle board, and caught behind the net by the goalie. And now there's a fight for it over on the boards. Tigers will get it. Sent over to McKeon. Couldn't quite get possession. Bounces off a stick and through his legs. So the Niners now have the puck, looking to fight for it themselves. Tigers defense doing everything they can. That puck can't quite connect to its intended target, but the Niners will still maintain possession. But that pass gets away. Clemson now on the attack. And once again, the pass can't quite connect with McKeon. That shot blocked away by Badger. fight for it behind the net. Clemson desperately trying to clear it. This defense has been working really hard in this game, playing physical, doing a lot of good poke checks. We saw a lot of that against South Carolina last week. We're seeing it again this week. And the puck's going to be sent forward. Charlotte will claim it. Clemson's changing their lines, getting some fresh legs on the ice as Charlotte goes on the attack. And blocked away by Badger. And it looks like they might have called an offside there. And I think they did. It was very close. Looked like the puck was on the blue line. Offside, however, is called. So we are about halfway through this first period, Matt. What have you been seeing from both squads?
Well, first of all, scoring first was huge for the Tigers, but I do want to point out how Joe Halsey has been playing lights out. Whatever they did in practice, he must have been a leader in that defensive unit. He's playing excellent defense here. Big hits, poke checks, perfectly timed, and he's just all over the ice. That's one thing that's been standing out for this Clemson Tigers squad.
Yeah, and there was a shot there by the Tigers, saved by the 49ers. And going back to your point on Halsey, the man has been playing all over the place. He's a defender, but he seems to be kind of a hybrid-type player with how crazy he's just going out there. That pass intended trying to come in to get pucks on the net, but they can't quite connect, intercepted by the Charlotte defender as it's brought back up the ice the other way. Halsey, however, like you mentioned, all over the ice. He's a real nightmare out there for the opposing team.
Yeah, he looks like we're going to have an interference.
So our first penalty of the game, perhaps?
Number 8.
Number 8.
Lance Ralston.
Lance Ralston.
Booked for interference.
So the Tigers strike first, both in the goal column and in the penalty column of things. So the 49ers will now get a chance on a power play. 2 minutes here. Minor for interference on Lance Ralston. So the penalty kill looking to be huge for the Tigers. They had the penalty kill working pretty effectively, I'd say, last week against the Gamecocks. Looking to keep that going here tonight, a week later.
Yeah, they just got to get the puck out of the zone and just tire out the power play guys, make them ineffective.
And this Tigers defense scrambling to try and get possession of the puck and just clear it out of there. And Jake Badger comes up with 2 huge saves there. The first one blocked away, couldn't quite gain possession. The second one looked like a clear and easy tap in.
Yeah.
And somehow, some way, almost 30 seconds into this power play, Jake Badger steps up huge again.
Yeah, he's got to be huge on this penalty kill. He's a big part of this. 6 shots already, and he's saved all of them. So let's see if he can keep this hot streak going.
Yeah, we saw a lot last week. Jake Badger having to get a lot of second chance. There's another save. A lot of second chance saves on pucks that awkwardly bounce away, awkward angles. It seems like easy opportunities for the Gamecocks to score. And Jake Badger somehow comes up with these exceptional saves. Once again, another opportunity where you feel like the Niners have there's no way they don't. And then Jake Badger somehow stops it.
Yeah, that was one
shot, and it seemed like it deflected. Nowhere near the net. And the Tigers now trying to just clear this puck away, but can't quite get possession. The slap shot and blocked away by Jake Badger. The Tigers now trying to clear this puck. Had an opportunity, barely. Good job there. Ooh, physical play. Good job by Charlotte to keep that puck from going past the blue line. Good job. That was almost a potential offside situation. And that puck barely glances off of the stick as he tried to shoot. Pass back, shot opportunity, and he does shoot, and it's a goal! So the power play pays dividends for Charlotte, and they got just what they needed, a tying goal.
It looks like it got deflected in front of the net. That was a good play, getting in front of the net, screening Badger, and just getting someone getting their stick on the puck to chip it up over and get it in the back of the net. So good play by Charlotte, putting pucks on net clearly in that power play. They just seemed to get it back to the blue line and just shoot and hope for something. So worked out in their favor.
Yes, so the Tigers now back on even strength. 45 seconds left in that power play, and that's when Charlotte breaks through and gets that goal, and we are now all knotted up here. Just under 8.5 minutes left in this first period, all knotted up at 1, and Charlotte still on the attack. And that's another goal. That took an awkward bounce, it seems. It took an awkward bounce off of a Charlotte, or took an awkward bounce off of somebody. Hard to tell who.
It looks like it bounced off someone's skate. It was hard to see from here, but
yeah, it looked
clearly Badger had an eye on it until it deflected the opposite direction. So tough break for Badger there. I feel bad for him giving up 2 quick goals here. I feel like he's still playing pretty well, but that's got to be definitely a confidence killer right there, giving up 2 goals. Because that happened last game, too.
Exactly.
So.
Hard, and the Niners are still on the power play. That one is right onto Badger's chest and scooped up for the save. But hard to blame Badger on that one there, that last one, because it looked like it was more of a pass.
Yeah.
And then it just accidentally hit somebody and took an awkward bounce at Badger, unable to react in time. And we're also seeing now, too, the shots on goal differential starting to become big. According to the scoreboard here, it's 8 for Charlotte, 2 for Clemson, and the score reflects this 2-1 Charlotte.
Yeah, that was a key to the game for Charlotte, was just get pucks on net and just try to take a page out of South Carolina's book of just peppering Badger, hoping something goes in here. So it's worked in their favor so far. 2-1 Charlotte.
So now Charlotte trying to bring it out from back behind their own net. That puck was passed and couldn't quite connect with his man, but it seems he's going to get there first, beating the Tiger defender. Charlotte now with possession and back on the attack. It feels like the Tigers haven't been on the attack in quite some time.
Yeah, I feel like this is an extended power play here for Charlotte. They're spending a lot of time on attack.
We're now at just under 7.5 minutes left in this first period, and it feels like there were double-digit minutes left since the Tigers last had some modicum of an attack.
It seems like Charlotte's got fresher legs. I don't know what it is, but it seems like Charlotte's got their legs under them more, which is an odd thing to see, especially this being their first game and Clemson already have a game under their belt.
But do you think it could also be potentially due to the fact that Clemson does have some wear and tear on their bodies from already having played a game, a very physical rivalry game, whereas Charlotte, yes, they haven't had the ice time that Clemson has, but they're fresher in the sense that they haven't had such quite physical games yet.
Yeah, that's definitely a good thing to think about. It's a weird thing to see. Weird thing to see, Wyatt.
Indeed, but Charlotte, the team with the upper hand right now. 6 minutes and 40 seconds left here in this first period. Charlotte ahead 2-1 in the score column. And once again, we're seeing the Tigers facing a big deficit in the shots on goal column, 8-2 in favor of the 49ers. And it looks like the Tigers are going to come out with that puck after the power play, sent back around, and there's a fight for it in the opposite corner here, and Charlotte will gain possession. That puck is sick. Couldn't tell if that was quite a pass or a shot. Either way, gets away, and now the Tigers have possession, trying to clear it. But Charlotte gets to that puck. They found the way to just always get to the puck. Ooh, number 18 for Charlotte sent to the ground, a heavy hit, and the Tigers now have themselves a potential attack, trying to scoot it around a defender but can't quite get in there. Bodies everywhere, but Charlotte with the puck and once again on the attack. That shot misses the net and goes around. The Tigers now trying to clear it, and it seems that they will, and as a matter of fact, they'll be on the attack. That shot tried to go 5-hole, but good job by the Charlotte goalie to block that away. Charlotte goalie Frederick Bellew, number 1 there. Jack Owen Turner tried to sneak it in near post, but can't quite get it in. A scoop and save by Bellew there. Jack Owen Turner, as we mentioned in the pregame show, hero for the Tigers, player of the game, last game against the Gamecocks, the freshman in his first ever game, 2 goals.
Yeah, he had a big game last game. I'm looking for him to have a big game this game. He said he would try to get us a hat trick on the hockey show. We'll see if that plays out, but he did a really good job last week of just crashing the net and being at the right place, right time.
Yes, Jack Owen Turner, that was the first time we called his name. Badger, that puck scoots over to him, and he's able to cover it up and stop play. 5 minutes, 18 seconds left here in this first period. And now the Tigers have closed that shots on goal deficit a little bit. It's now half of what Charlotte has. It's 8-4 now. So Clemson on that last attack, bringing it back up. Their first effective attack, it feels like, in quite some time. They need to get more of that, I would think, Matt, if they want to stay in this game.
Yeah, they got to boost those shot numbers. At least get it even with Charlotte to put some pucks on net. Get a busy night for this Charlotte goal minder going.
And that bounces around. It seems like they were trying to get it in, and we could have a penalty called, perhaps.
We got a penalty on 27 in white. I couldn't quite hear what the goalie was, or the ref was saying. Andrew Butterfield.
So that's going to be number 27, Andrew Butterfield, like you said, the senior going into the penalty box. So tough break for the Tigers. The last time the Tigers went down a man on a power play, well, Charlotte got a game-tying goal. Now they lead by 1, and with a chance to extend that lead, 2 minutes now on the power play, 5 minutes left in this first period, and immediately face-off victory and shot blocked away by Jake Badger. This is not what you want to see for the Tigers, especially when Charlotte has been the more dominant team to this point, controlling the puck constantly on the attack, and now taking advantage of a power play, and once again, another power play opportunity.
Yeah, I don't think Clemson got the puck out of their zone that entire power play, which led to tired penalty killers. So hopefully they can clear the zone, get fresh guys, keep cycling in fresh penalty killers, and kill this thing off, get back even, and gain some momentum.
Right, the motto of the penalty kill, just try to survive, clear the puck as much as you can. And if you can get the shorthanded goal, then by all means do it, but that is not your priority. And the Tigers trying to do everything they can to clear it. We saw, like you said, the last time out on the penalty kill, they did everything in their power, just trying to get possession and clear it, and Charlotte not having it. It seemed like they just couldn't quite get the bounces the Tigers could, and they just could never get the puck cleared. Charlotte still unable to let the Tigers clear the puck, still staying on the attack. They're moving the puck around, just trying to find those angles, those holes in the Tigers' defense and in Jake Badger. Passing the puck around, now it's back out, and a shot in, and once again an opportunity, but wide open net, and Badger somehow squeaks over and knocks it away. But yet again, Charlotte on the attack, a shot, and it goes wide of the net. The Tigers have held on for about half of this power play, looking to hold on a little bit more. Bounces up in the air, awkward bounce right to Badger. We've got some chippy pushing back and forth here in front of the net.
Charlotte's doing a good job of finding space on this power play, taking advantage of the extra man on the ice, and then they're creating some misdirection in front of Badger, which I think led to the first power play goal was the deflection, screening Badger, switching the ice in front of the net, just putting bodies in the goal crease, making Badger uncomfortable, I think is why they're so successful in this power play.
Yes, and the Tigers are able to send that one out. It goes back directly at the goalie, and Bellew's able to stop it and put it back behind the net. And that looks like Vanderleest there, who was crashing, trying to maybe steal a goal. Steal the puck and a goal. That one's sent in, blocked away by none other than Joe Halsey, who finds himself on the ground. But the Tigers will send this one out back towards Bellew, and Charlotte's forced to reset. 20 seconds now left in this power play. So the Clemson penalty kill coming up good so far. And Charlotte passing it in towards the crease, but can't quite get it in. And there you go. The Tigers are able to clear that puck. And there you go. We're back to even strength. The Tigers are. The penalty is successfully killed. So the Tigers 50% in this game on the penalty kill. But Charlotte still holding the puck and on the attack, and that one's actually going to go back in favor of the Tigers. 2 minutes, about 45 seconds left here in this first period. The Tigers hoping to maybe draw even right before the first intermission. Back and forth, the Tigers with possession of the puck, but poked away there by Charlotte. And Charlotte player is sent to the ground. Physical play coming up yet again, and that's Joe Halsey with the puck, looking to pass it through, and bounces around a little bit. Can't quite get clean possession until now. The Tigers sending it forward. Looked like he was trying to hit number 23 there. That would have been Liam Clark, excuse me. But we get a dead puck, and we'll reset. 2 minutes, 17 seconds left. Charlotte holding a 2-1 lead here in Taylor, South Carolina at the Pavilion, the coolest place in town. The Tigers trying to draw even here right at the very end before this first intermission. What do they need to do here right at the very end, Matt?
They need to put more pucks on net. Four shots on goal is not sufficient enough to try to tie this game. Being doubled in shots is not a good stat you want to go into the locker room with.
Yeah, the saving grace, though, is it's still early. That doubling is only 8v4, and now it's 1-on-1 here. But poked away by Charlotte, so the Tigers with an opportunity can't quite capitalize. And Charlotte now, the Niners on the attack, blocked away by Jake Badger. So we're saying his name a lot again tonight, Jake Badger. We said it a lot last week. We're saying it a lot again tonight. The Tigers here trying to go on an attack. Looked like they tried to hit McKeon on the other side of the ice, but couldn't. And the Tigers actually intercepting that, but can't quite keep possession of the puck. Ralston passing it back over. And the Tigers now on the attack. But McKeon can't quite get clean possession. However, he is going to wind up getting the puck over there. So can't quite get it on the pass. And he's lost his stick. McKeon sends a man to the ground, loses his stick, and now he's picked it back up as that puck was caught by Badger down there at the end. 1 minute left. And the Tigers will bring it back from behind their own net and try to get something going here. Ralston sending it forward. That's going to be McKeon who gets it passed away. And offsides. McKeon was not able to get back, and he looks like he's squeezing his hand a little bit. Makes you wonder if he's got some tinglies there. A little bit of a hand, maybe not injury, but his hand's a little hurt.
Well, let's hope not, because he was one of the young guys that stepped up last game, and he's flying around the ice as well. He's trying to make something happen in the offensive zone, being down by 1 goal and being down by plenty of shots. So just trying to get pucks on net here is definitely key in the last 47 seconds. This period.
Yes, and the Tigers will win that face-off. And that's Isaiah Jackson passing it over, trying to hit Jack Owen Turner, but Charlotte, good defense there to intercept it. Passed back, and Charlotte, sloppy play, tried to get it in. Saved by Jake Badger, it appears, but Charlotte had an opportunity there on the misplay, and it looks like they got another opportunity here as well. We see this Zamboni warming up back there, 20 seconds left. Charlotte on the attack, trying to get another goal, extend their lead right here in the closing seconds. Clemson trying to disallow that and fighting for the puck. Oh, an opportunity as it bounces wildly in front of Jake Badger. Oh, and there's a knockdown, a push and a shove, and a push to the face from a Charlotte player on it appeared to be the captain, Isaiah Jackson. That's number 27 for Charlotte, Cody Adriano. So we might have a penalty here, and we do. Could be some roughing, perhaps.
2 minutes cross-checking.
Cross-checking is what the call is.
Number 27.
Okay, so cross-checking signaled by the official here. Cross-checking on number 27, Cody Adriano. Like we said, the extracurriculars there. After the whistle had sounded and the puck was blown dead, going back and forth with Isaiah Jackson. Shoving him to the ground, and I think that's where we see.
This is key, Wyatt. There's 4 minutes of penalty time on Charlotte, so this is a double minor.
Double minor, so it looks like they might have him for for 2 separate infractions there, or they would have him for 2 separate infractions. Perhaps 2 of the different pushes is what they call.
So let's hypothetically you would want to score early on this one, and then you have a whole nother power play to score on, a whole fresh power play. Plus you're killing the momentum of Charlotte scoring, tying it up, and then continuing a power play that you had previously. So this is a gift from Charlotte.
Yes, so the first intermission is here. The first period draws to a close. Charlotte holds the advantage in the score. 2-1, they lead here in Taylor, South Carolina at the Pavilion. But Clemson has an opportunity to begin the second period.
Yeah, we're going to take a little break, intermission, and we'll see you after the intermission. But, yeah, like I said, this is a gift from Charlotte, and let's hope Clemson can capitalize on it.
you are still watching Tigervision as we are here at the Pavilion in Taylors, South Carolina. Once again, I'm Wyatt Street, joined by Matt Tyart, and T-Art.
All
Excuse
good.
me. I'm sorry.
Long season.
Yes, we got time. We'll figure it out. And the Tigers find themselves down 2-1 to the Charlotte 49ers here after one period of play. But they start this second period with a gift. At the end of the period, a little scuffle back and forth between Isaiah Jackson and Cody Andriano of the 49ers. And Andriano gets a little extra physical. The extracurriculars go a little too far. He's called for a double minor, two penalties at once. So 4-minute power play here for the Tigers. Those last 8 seconds ticked off. So the Tigers start this period with 3 minutes and 52 seconds of an extra man.
So one thing to keep in mind here is that Isaiah Jackson did a fantastic job of keeping his cool, because he could have threw something back at him, and then it's coincidental minors, and we're 4-on-4.
Right.
So he did a fantastic job of keeping his composure, and they have a gift up a 4-minute power play. Hopefully they can capitalize on both of them and take the lead here.
Yes, and momentum is something that the Tigers desperately needed after that first period, where it seemed like the Charlotte 49ers were just in complete control as the Tigers have possession of this puck here, and Baltus going to claim it. And Matt, like I mentioned, the Charlotte seemed to have all the momentum in that first period, constantly on the attack. The Tigers unable to do much. And now they find themselves with a gift, 4 minutes of a power play. How important is it for them to capitalize on this and draw even?
Well, one thing you don't want to do is get an icing on the power play like they just did. But it's super important, because that was one of the keys they worked on in practice, was switching up guys on the power play to make it more effective. And if they don't capitalize on not one but two essential power plays, then Charlotte keeps all the momentum continuing on in the second period. So I think it's key for Clemson to score on at least one of these.
Right, and the Tigers come out with possession after this face-off on the icing. So maybe not win. They don't win the face-off itself, but they do claim the possession of the loose puck that comes after the fact, trying to get that in the Vanderleest. But Charlotte plays good defense and keeps that away from him. So resetting here, that's Baltus sending it forward, but Charlotte intercepts it. Maybe not the best pass, but Clemson's going to get possession of it themselves. Now they are on the attack, and there it is, Isaiah Jackson, the one who drew the double penalty. And he tries to send it in. The shot that doesn't go in, another shot that doesn't go in off McKeon. That went in! Goal for the Tigers! And we're trying to see, there's a mob of people, and that was Vanderleest. Number 18, Jacob Vanderleest on the goal. So the Tigers will take advantage here of the gift that Charlotte has given them. So
we got some Clemson fight song going on after this goal. I am digging this. Vanderleest did an excellent job of picking up that loose puck in front of the goal and then switching to his backhand, going 5-hole, causing a little bit of chaos for the goalie there for Charlotte. And the key thing to remember is they scored with 21 seconds left in their first penalty. So they have 2 minutes of another power play tied, and now they have the momentum.
And another thing to mention, too, you love your pucks on the net.
That's right.
And that's what the Tigers did there. That goal came on the third shot there, third consecutive shot. There was a shot that came off Isaiah Jackson shoots, blocked away. McKeon gets the rebound, puts it on the net, and Vanderleest then takes the puck and sticks it in himself as the Tigers now find themselves back on the attack here. That's 26. That was Cheser. And the Tigers still maintaining possession of this puck, so the Tigers looking to take advantage of power play number 2 essentially here. But this is an opportunity for Charlotte as they're able to steal it away. Sends it in, and Badger comes up big for the Tigers. And now it's the Tigers that are powering forward with an attack, but that's going to get knocked away over towards Bellew, who makes the save.
One thing to note here is that Charlotte was super aggressive on that, trying to score a shorthanded goal, that they gave up 4-on-2, which Clemson was able to capitalize on with all the chaos going on in their offensive zone. So Charlotte has 2 guys not even crossing the blue line to not pinch, to be safe and keep 2 players back at all times on this penalty kill. So let's
right. And the Tigers will win possession of it after this face-off. That's sent in. That's Chesser trying to get his second goal. Couldn't quite get it in. Looked like he wanted to go 5-hole, but good job by Bellew. And there it is. Passing it back and forth. The Tigers trying to take advantage of this opportunity and setting it up. Chesser coming in and unable to get it in. The puck bounces around and they're unable to quite get the possession of it and put it in. So now Charlotte just trying to, he sends it down, clearing it, trying to kill this penalty. And that's going to go right to a man coming off of the Charlotte bench. Slap shot well off target. And the Tigers are looking to fight or attack here. But Charlotte has possession and cleared yet again. So 15 seconds left. The Tigers reset, looking to capitalize here at the very last seconds of this power play. And this is their last opportunity. We're about to go back even. And McKeon goes to the ground, slides on his butt there. 4 seconds left in this power play.
Everything he could to try to stay onside there. Wasn't enough because he did the splits and then fell down. So,
right, offside's called, so we will reset. We're even here at 2 after power play 1 of 2 the Tigers take advantage of, and it looks like Charlotte's about to successfully kill the second one. Just 4 seconds left, and we talk about shots on goal, that differential, that's cleared, and we're back to even strength. The offender goes back off the ice, and we reset as the Tigers try to attack. We talk about the shots on goal in that last period being doubled up basically by Charlotte in favor of the 49ers. Now it's the Tigers who hold the lead 3-0 in this period, Matt. How big of a difference is that making?
That is a huge difference, especially – oh, what a
Good
save by Badger.
Jake Badger once again coming up big for the Tigers. Stop me if you have heard that before.
I have heard that before, and I have a feeling I'm going to hear that a lot more this the rest of this game.
Oh, we are going to hear it a lot more, not just the rest of this game, Matt. The rest of the season.
That's right. Badger's going to – he's going to win National Player of the Year. I'm calling it now.
That is a bold prediction, my friend. Very bold prediction, but I love the where your head's at. And Charlotte now with possession of this puck, trying to attack themselves. They got a lead. They want to get it back. That's sent in, bouncing around, and Badger is able to scoop it up, cover it up, and prevent a score. So Clemson strikes first in the first period, allows 2 straight goals to Charlotte, one of them coming off of a power play. Now Clemson draws back even on said power play. They get 1 out of the 2 on that power play there. So how important do you think it was that they were able to just do that?
Super important. Get this game tied up on home ice is key in the second period. Take back a little of the momentum that Charlotte gained so quickly, scoring 2 goals like in 20 seconds. So let's hope they can carry this on and take the lead and then go on to win the game.
Pass back. That was a pass back to, it looked like, number 23, Clark there, and they had an opportunity, but he couldn't quite get clear possession of the puck and get a shot on. That's a shot, but it's blocked away by the Tiger defender. Deflects off of him, and now there's a fight for the puck over here. And Badger's going to poke that away after nobody can get clear possession. The Tigers poking it around, trying to get possession. They do, bringing it back around their own net. Charlotte's there. Oh, a heavy hit leveled. And the Tigers now coming forward, pass across the ice to Clark. Shoots. Ambitious shot there from right across the blue line and unable to quite get it in. And that's going to be sent back. Halsey sends it forward. And icing called on the Tigers as it comes off of the boards and goes all the way back across the ice. So 14 minutes, 40 seconds left here in the second period of the game. We are nearing the halfway point, and we find ourselves still tied at 2 here at the Pavilion in Taylor, South Carolina, the coolest place in town. So we'll have our face-off post-icing. Charlotte with their fresh legs, Clemson with their not-so-fresh legs. And it's going to be the not-so-fresh legs that it seems might be coming out with the puck, and it is the not-so-fresh legs coming out with the puck. But it's going to be kind of hot potatoed there by Loveless. And that's going to be sent down. Another icing, it seems.
I don't know about that one, Wyatt. It looked like the Charlotte player got a hold of that puck, which would negate icing, but
and I certainly
maybe the refs saw different.
I certainly thought I heard a couple of dinks that sounded like a puck hitting a stick as well. to signify that maybe somebody touched it, which would, like you said, nullify the icing. But here we go. Another icing call back here in front of Badger. And Charlotte looking to take advantage of said icing call, but Clemson looking to, well, prevent that, and they will. That puck's bouncing around. That seemed to be Halsey sending it forward. Fighting around for the puck. And it's the Tigers who have it. That's sent forward towards Butterfield. But nothing going as Butterfield still trying to fight. Now he's got two Charlotte defenders there. A friend helping him out as well. That's Stapleton trying to help him, and Butterfield gets possession. The Tigers send it back. Owen Turner sent in, hits off of Stapleton. The Tigers fighting to get that puck back on the net. And, tried to send it in. The right side of that net was open, but couldn't quite get it in. That's a shot and a save. That shot came from Halsey. Fighting for the puck down there. That's Stapleton Butterfield yet again.
Oh, we got a penalty.
Ooh, penalty. Let's see who it's on. And that's going to be Cody Adriano again. Cody Adriano was the man who got called for the double minor at the end of the first period, and now he finds himself back in the penalty box for technically only the second time tonight, but for his third penalty of the night. So this man is accruing penalty minutes galore and putting his team kind of behind the 8 ball here.
Yeah, let's hope Clemson can capitalize on this. He's I don't know what's going on with him, but he keeps gifting us some power plays. So let's see if we can put the puck in the back of the net here.
Well, Adriano's got his timeout now, so he's going to be sitting there all alone trying to think about what he did wrong. And trying to go shorthanded here, perhaps, Charlotte is, but really just trying to keep the puck out of the sticks, out of the possession of the Clemson Tigers. But that's Isaiah Jackson bringing it back forward now to Jack Owen Turner, back to Jackson, bringing it back around behind the net, sent back over to Jack Owen Turner, poked away by a Charlotte player. So Clemson doing everything they can to try and capitalize on another power play here. Another one granted to him by Cody Andriano of the 49ers. And Owen Turner has this puck, the hero of game 1, man, with 2 goals. That's sent forward, put on by McKeon, but couldn't quite get it on the net. Here we go, slap shot, blocked. Looks like it deflected off of someone, trying desperately to send that puck into the net. Potential multiple shots there that can't quite go in. Jacob Vanderleest lining it up, trying to put it in, blocked and saved, and that's sent all the way up into the nets back there by a Charlotte player. 49 seconds left in this power play. The Tigers very aggressive here.
I'm loving the pucks on net. This is pucks on net galore here.
I can feel how giddy you are.
That's right. That's the way you win games. Pucks on net equals pucks in net.
Exactly.
I'm going to say that a million times this season.
I need to get you a shirt
Pucks
that says
on
pucks
net
on net equals pucks in net. Yeah, I think that's right up your alley. The Tigers win that faceoff. They got a fresh line out there trying to take advantage, trying to go 5-hole, but that comes in way too slow. And scooped up, caught up, saved by Bellew.
Clemson's doing a good job of spreading out this ice, too, creating gaps in the penalty killers that they can then maneuver the puck around and create openings. So let's see if they can crash the net a little bit and create some chaos for the Charlotte netminder.
All right, well, the Tigers won that faceoff and get a couple of pucks. Well, a puck on the net, it seemed, but can't quite get it in said net, so we'll get another faceoff here. And it's the Tigers who will win it, but it's going to pop up, hit the net, and be ruled out of play. So we'll reset yet again another faceoff here. 11 minutes, 54 seconds left in this second period. Still even at 2 apiece here in Taylor's, South Carolina. That was a shot there after a power play victory. Another shot and blocked away, saved by Bellew. So Bellew doing an excellent job here, taking a lot of shots, but doing a good job of trying to keep him out of the net. And goal! That is a goal for the Tigers. And it appeared to be Alex Schreiber on that goal, number 19.
That was a really good job of Cheser just continuing the play, putting the puck on the net, and then we have a scramble in front of the net where Alex Schreiber does a good job of just finding the back of the net, and net. Puck's on net, Wyatt.
Yes, pucks on net indeed, and we talk about the young guys being the ones to step up normally, at least in the last game, but in this game, 2 of the 3 goals have come from the older guys. We got a junior and a graduate student scoring in Jacob Vanderleest and Alex Schreiber respectively, and now the Tigers find themselves up 3-2 after the power play.
This is huge, especially the shots difference this period looks to be 7-2. Clemson, that's what they have up on the board. This is awesome. This is the way you change hockey games, change momentum, and let's hope they can keep this going.
Yes, this has certainly been a tale of 2 periods is how I'm going to describe it so far. The first period was all Niners. Charlotte in complete control, taking advantage of a lot of Tiger miscues, including a power play, and ending it with a 2-1 victory. But ever since that double minor by Andriano at the end of the first period, things have been all Clemson. The second period thus far, and Badger's going to be sitting on top of the puck, it seems, after an opportunity for the Niners. But ever since that double minor, things have been all Clemson.
That's right. They're taking advantage of these gifts that have been given to them. Seems like Adriana is passing out penalties and gifts like it's Christmas. So Christmas has come early for Clemson. They've taken advantage. It's 3-2 Tigers.
Yeah, 3-2 Tigers, thanks to a couple of gifts by Andriano, as we said. Both of the goals in this period coming off power plays that were given off of penalties by Andriano, and the Tigers taking advantage of those opportunities. Shot right in front of Badger, but right into him. Another save by Badger. He's feisty down there in front of that net.
Yeah, he's got a lot of poise, just staring guys down and making big saves like that, especially when someone's in his wheelhouse, in his bubble per se, trying to put pucks in the back of the net. He's coming up big this period.
So that's Baltus there behind the net trying to fight for that puck, and that's sent back, trying to pass it back, but they can't quite get it. Bellieu's going to try and reset for the 49ers, and the Tigers applying pressure. That one's sent over. The 49ers going to claim possession of this puck, but it's going to bounce off of a Tigers player. Now it's a scramble for the puck, and the Tigers are going to be the ones to come out on top with it. It's sent forward. Carroll's rushing forward for it, but a couple of Charlotte players are going to cut him off and gain possession themselves. It's going to bounce away from a Charlotte player. Clemson looking to gain possession. Can't quite get it. The Charlotte player can't quite get it. He does a spinorama there on the ice, but he doesn't have a puck with him, so it doesn't matter. And the Tigers now have an opportunity on an attack. They're trying to hit Carroll on that pass, but can't quite connect just right in front of him, almost as if Carroll might not have been expecting it. That's passed back and out. The Tigers forced to reset, and that's sent forward. Bellieu's going to get it and leave it behind the net. So we're now past the halfway point in this game. The Tigers with a 3-2 lead and a 7-3 shot differential. I know you mentioned that earlier. I want to go back to it now. That's another thing that I want to harp on with this tale of 2 periods here. The first period, we saw Charlotte basically double up Clemson with the shots, and now it's Clemson basically doubling up Charlotte on the shots.
That's right. Clemson scored first, and then after that goal, it seemed like it was
save.
It seemed like it was all Charlotte there at the end of the period, like you said, doubling up shots and just peppering Badger. But it looks like the defense is doing a good job here of regaining control of their defensive zone, poke checks on time, putting bodies into boards, and allowing their offense to spread out a little bit and put more pucks on net. So,
yes, pucks on net turn into pucks in net, as you love to say, Matt, and that is exactly what has been the theme here for both teams. The team with the more pucks on the net, or the teams with the more pucks in the net, it seems, in both periods thus far. Matt scrambled for the puck. The Tigers were on the attack there, but Charlotte's defense regains possession of this puck. The Charlotte 49ers now on the attack. And the stifling Clemson defense doing their part as well. This back-and-forth defensive test now, it seems, is what we've got. As both teams now scrambling to gain possession of the puck, they're just running into each other, and neither team seeming to get possession. Oh! And that Charlotte player ran into a brick wall. That was number 28, James Piechnik. Ran straight into him, and Piechnik just sat him down. Didn't even need to do anything. He just stood there and took it.
Yeah, he was an immovable object there in that sequence. He knocked the dude straight to the ice. That's what I like to see. That's what.
Here's an opportunity. Butterfield coming in and poked away. Good defense there by the 49ers. A potential opportunity and poked away there by Bellew. He was sitting right in front of him, but he does a good job of getting it away. A huge collision there at the ice, and that's going to go up into the ceiling, and there's a Charlotte player on his knees on the ice.
This is
a lot of bodies just flying everywhere.
Yeah, this is something that Isaiah Jackson, their captain, wanted to see coming out in the first period, was be physically dominant. So it looks like him and the coach emphasized that in the first intermission, just to establish their dominance and play their game instead of trying to play Charlotte's game and play catch-up. So.
Right, and you mentioned your keys to the game. You said score first. Clemson's done that. Play physical. Clemson's been doing that. It seems like they've listened to you.
Yeah. Well, score first and then you give up 2 quick goals. That's not something you want to do. But to get 2 quick goals of your own to start this second period, something that that gives you momentum back. And it's kind of like scoring first in the second period. You score 2, you take the lead again. You have all the momentum. And that, like I said, they're starting to play their own game, which is good to see. Very physical game, and letting the defense take care of their own.
Yes, and that's Baltus down there fighting for possession of this puck, poked away. And like to your point, this Clemson team seems a lot more comfortable out there in the second period, and part of that is probably a lot due to the fact that they've been given these gifts. They are in more control right now, and they've got a lot more confidence from that. It's taking advantage of your opportunities. That's what Charlotte did in the first period, and now that's what Clemson's doing here in the second.
Yeah, it's also really nice that Badgers hasn't given up any this period. He's been a brick wall this period, so that's also a confidence booster in itself, that you have a confident and unstoppable netminder in the second period.
So a little bit of a scuffle down there for the puck. It's going to be sent forward. Clemson's going to be the one to come up with it. That appears to be Butterfield. He's just going to send it forward, picked up by the Charlotte player. But now it's picked up by Schreiber and sent right back to the same, Charlotte player. So bodies continue to just fly all over the place. That puck gets sent off of the boards and sent back down and near the Charlotte net. Charlotte's going to pick it up, and it's going to bounce away. Baltus coming up with the puck there as he's trying to fight off a couple of Charlotte players, and he's brought to the ground. He waves his stick, barely misses. He was swinging at him, and this could be a delayed penalty perhaps. Yes, it is a delayed penalty probably on Baltus.
God.
And how did that not? And there it is. I was literally just about to say, how did that not go in the net with Badger lying right there on his belly, and then all of a sudden, boink, right into the net, and Charlotte draws even on the delayed penalty. So Baltus is not going to suffer the penalty for swinging his stick, at least in terms of a power play, because the goalie was pulled and the puck is going to go into the net.
The refs are talking here. I don't know what's going on. It's probably a good thing that Baltus didn't connect with his stick swing. That could have been a 5-minute game misconduct. He could have been out of here, and then Charlotte gets a 5-minute unlimited access power play. So
could there be the potential of a double penalty of a player on each team getting a penalty here? Because we saw Baltus get really upset. That's why he swung a stick. He was brought to the ground by the Charlotte defender, and he was upset by that. Something about that exchange got him worked up enough to swing his stick.
So it wouldn't be a double or it wouldn't be a coincidental minors, because that's why they let Charlotte continue play. It was a delayed penalty on Clemson. So if there was a coincidental minors, they would have blew the whistle immediately, sent both guys to the box, and then reset. So
what do you think they're talking about here as we see the head official sitting just right there in front of the scorekeeper's area, and both teams are just standing in front of their benches. There's a lot of talking. Whistle just blew. What do you think's going on here?
It seems like they're talking about either how the goal was scored, whether that's it looks like it's going to be a good goal. I think that's what they were talking about, was whether it was kicked in or it was goalie interference, something of that nature. Because Badger was down like you said, it hit the post, bounced out, and then there was a scramble. So it could have been a conversation of whether that was goalie interference. But it looks like it's going to be a good goal. It's tied 3-3. Nobody's in the penalty box. So.
Right, nobody in the penalty box. Baltus doesn't have to suffer that fate because the goal came on a delayed penalty before the power play could start. Charlotte starts off with possession here. About 6 minutes, 10 seconds left in the second period. So we talk about taking advantage of opportunities. That's how Clemson got back in the lead to get 3-2, and now an opportunity for the 49ers that they take advantage of to tie this game and draw it back even at 3.
Yeah, delayed penalty. It looks like I couldn't tell, but it looked like the Charlotte goalie came to the bench, and then they got an extra skater on since it's a delayed penalty, 6-on-5. So they have that man advantage there. It looks like they take advantage of a scramble in front of the net, extra bodies. So 3-3 here, and let's see if the Tigers can get a quick one back and just rip advantage back in their favor.
Yes, and Badger, we talk about being a brick wall. We say his name a lot, and it's really tough to get past a brick wall, but it becomes a lot easier when you get him on his belly.
That's right. That shot was a beautiful shot. I don't know how it didn't go in. It was off the post. It looked like it was going to trickle down and go in the back of the net, but Charlotte does a good job of crashing the net and taking advantage of their opportunities of the puck in the goal crease, the goalie down. So, like I said, Charlotte does a good job of that.
Ooh, and physical play. Yet again, the Tigers are going to get possession of that puck. That's Thomas Carroll bringing it forward. The Tigers on the attack. He's bringing it back behind the net, sent back to Halsey. He's lining it up, sent forward, blocked away and saved, and he's covered it up. So Bellew does a really good job. Halsey, once again, we're saying his name.
Yeah, he's, like you said, he's kind of a hybrid type defenseman. He's all over the ice. He's getting poke checks in the defensive zone, putting shots on net in the offensive zone. So that's a leader you want on your defensive core to step up and play on both sides of the puck, both sides of the ice. So
Halsey, a machine out there, like he runs on gasoline. And another shot there, that one from Baltus, the man who set up the situation that allowed that last goal. Another shot on the net there, not able to get in. Another save there by Bellew. So he's been doing well. This has been an interesting battle of taking advantage of power play opportunities and goalies, and that almost goes in. Not a save on Badger that time, but it goes off the crossbar.
Yeah, he had Badger beat their high glove side. He beat the goalie, but didn't beat the post. The post tends to not move in those situations.
No.
So the post was Clemson's brick wall there, and it was like I said, it was a good shot, but luckily the post comes up big for us.
Yes, the post, cruel, unmoving, and unforgiving. And that's going to be blocked away. Another save by Jake Badger. So Clemson, after a couple of bounces, won't get possession of the puck here. That's Baltus bringing it back from behind their own net. That's sent forward. He connects with Jacko and Turner. Shot! Oh, tried to go glove side and can't quite get it in the net. The Tigers, it appears, are going to make some line changes, trying to keep the legs fresh. Physical play by Charlotte, doing everything they can on defense. Sit back to Halsey. Shots! Gobbled up by Bellew. He's been filling his belly all night long with pucks. Hey, man, you get a whole season worth of puns. I got to get them out.
Here we go. Punny.
Yes, very punny indeed. Just under 4 minutes left here in the second period. The Tigers and the Charlotte 49ers tied at 3, but the Tigers lead the shots on goal statistics 9-4 at the current moment, at least according to what's on the scoreboard here, and that's sent backwards. That's going to be Joe Halsey picking up that puck. That's going to bounce off of Schreiber, going to be sent back down. Physical play, the Tigers fighting for that puck, and they will get it. No, Charlotte's going to get their sticks on it, and now they're going to be the ones bringing it forward, trying to get out of their own zone. Tried to hit his man, comes back. Badger lays it off. And it's going to come off a Charlotte defender right to another player, and Badger is going to get on top of that one and end all of this.
Yeah, that was a good job by him, just freezing the puck, allowing his players to take a breather here and reassess what they're doing. So.
Yeah, so it looks like line shifts here fresh legs on the ice for both teams as Tiger players are getting back on the ice and or going back to the bench depending on who they are. And we'll get set for a face-off here back in front of the Tigers net. 3 minutes, 15 seconds left, and we're almost done here in the second period. Quite a wild and eventful second period for both teams. Puck drops. Tigers get their sticks on it, trying to fight forward. Charlotte playing hard-nosed defense like we've seen all game. That's going to be sent over to Bellew. He's going to lay it off. Nope, yep, he's going to pass it off, not lay it off. And now Charlotte with the puck, trying to send it forward. Bounces off of a couple of people. Now Clemson looking to gain possession of this puck. It's back in the neutral zone. Charlotte with possession, trying to fight it forward, but Baltus is there, playing great defense. Gets on it. Bodies flying everywhere, but Clemson in possession of the puck. Bouncing around, everybody trying to gain possession. The Tigers with a little bit of a had a 3-on-1, but the one is going to win as they try to pass it across, and the Charlotte defender is going to get a stick on it and just completely intercept the pass. So what seemed to be a golden opportunity there for the Tigers, they had the numbers advantage but can't take advantage of that.
Yeah, I would say it looked like he passed prematurely, but he was doing what he was supposed to do, was create space and disorient the one defender with 3 forwards coming up and trying to create space and create an open lane for a shot. But so that was just a good job by the Charlotte defender, just getting his stick on the puck and discombobulating. I don't know if that's the right word, but discombobulating the.
You know what, Matt? Sounds right to me. And we'll get a false start, it seems, on that face-off there.
5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty, repeat. First down. Sorry, wrong sport.
Wrong sport.
This is hockey. There's 2 minutes, 31 seconds left here in the second period at the Pavilion in Taylor, South Carolina, the coolest place in town, home of the Clemson ice hockey team, and they find themselves tied and all knotted up with the Charlotte 49ers, 3-3 here. But again, want to point out the discrepancy in the shots on goal. So we touched on a lot the last period. That was Charlotte that led that period. But things now overall in this game might be a little closer and evened up in that category, as Clemson has the 9-4 advantage, and that seems to be a big, big difference here in this period.
Yeah, it looks like 9-4's been up there for quite a while, so the difference actually might be bigger than what it looks like. But even if it is.
And something's going on. The officials convened, and we're moving this face-off back. It was in the Charlotte area in front of the Charlotte net.
So I think what happened was they called an icing, but Badger he touched it with his stick to play it out. So premature whistle there. I think they just bring it back to center ice to kind of equal out the whistle.
All right, and there was some chirping, some disagreements from the Clemson bench, but alas, the officials' call is what stands. They have the final word. That dinks off the top of the glass, almost out of play, but it stays in, and both teams just yeeting it off of the boards there. And it's the Tigers who will come out on top with possession of the puck, and again, bouncing around, but into the attacking zone, bounce back into the neutral zone, and it's Charlotte coming forward, and there's a broken stick trying to see, yes, it was a Clemson stick that was broken, so now that's number 28 for the Tigers, James Piechnik, without a stick out there, and he appears to be in some pain. So a hefty collision there between Piechnik and a Charlotte player, and it looks like a Charlotte player going into the penalty box now. So once again, we'll see a period end.
Well, it looks like they call 2 minutes slashing. It might have been on the incident where Piechnik hit the ice and got his stick broken. It looks like that stick hit his hand pretty hard because he's kneeling over in pain on the bench. I hope he's okay because he's a key part of this defense.
Yeah, and from over here, it appears that 74 Von Beeler for the Niners in the penalty box. So 2 minutes here with, well, almost 2 minutes, 1 minute 56 seconds left. So pretty much the period will end with almost the entirety of this power play. So an opportunity here for the Tigers, and that's Baltus moving forward, shooting, goal! Goal by Nick Baltus. It only takes the Tigers 11 seconds.
Oh my gosh, that was a beautiful shot by Nick Baltus. He goes high stick side on on the Charlotte netminder. He did a beautiful job of creating space on that power play. They keep it in there, which is key because the Charlotte players are tired. They're trying to get to the bench, clear it out. They can't, so they're forced to stay on the ice. And then Baltus just takes advantage of that space and just shoots a high stick side. Top shelf, beautiful shot. It's 4-3 Tigers. I'm loving this.
This
Pucks
game
on net.
has been insane, back and forth. And it seems like the majority of these goals have been power play goals. Teams make a mistake, give the other team an opportunity, and that team each time seems to claim and take advantage of said opportunity. As a matter of fact, if we go back, Charlotte got a tying goal on a power play. Clemson got a tying and leading goal on a power play. That goal right there off of power play, that's just 4, and there might have been a 5th. I can't remember.
Yeah. Well, that was one of the things that the coaches and Isaiah Jackson's harped on pregame was that they wanted to we got a penalty here.
Another penalty, so a minute and a half basically, 1:27 to be exact left in the second period. Another penalty being called.
Looks like Baltus is going to the penalty box for hit from behind.
All right, so that's Nick Baltus. A second penalty here in this period. The last penalty, we remember Badger winds up on his belly, and before Baltus could even serve his time in the box, Charlotte takes advantage and puts the puck in the net. And this time Baltus unable to, get that saving grace of avoiding the box. This time he's going to have to go sit in timeout and think about what he did.
Yeah, well, they got a minute and 27 here before the period ends. Let's hope they can just clear it out, go to second intermission, still up, and then therefore they take the momentum of killing this thing off into the locker room, which is huge for their mental game.
And just as I said earlier, a tale of two periods as I'm describing it. And last period, we remember, ends with a power play, Charlotte player in the box, and now it seems that this one might be ending with a power play, Clemson player in the box.
Yep.
So a little role reversal there as Charlotte 49ers get a chance to maybe get some momentum themselves. A minute left in this period to take advantage of this power play and get a tying goal, another power play tying goal. And Badger flailing his body all over the place. That puck flying in front of the net, but Charlotte unable to put it in the net. And Clemson just trying everything they can to clear it. Bodies, again, flying all over the place. That's Jack Owen Turner who's able to clear that out of the way. So the Tigers penalty kill looking to come up strong here. About 30 seconds left here. And that's a stolen puck. Andrew Butterfield. And, almost able to sneak it in 5-hole as it takes a deflection off of Bellieu's chest. But unfortunately, he's unable to get it in as Bellieu is able to gobble it up and keep it out of the net. Yeah,
that turnover and shots huge for Clemson. Not only to get fresh players on the ice, but they get a face-off in their offensive zone, so that just kills more and more time on this penalty kill.
And that's Halsey clearing it out of the neutral zone right into a Charlotte player, but it eats up a little bit more time. That's more time where Charlotte's not on the attack. And the Tigers playing stifling penalty kill defense here. They're down a man, but it almost at times doesn't feel like it.
Yeah.
And there's a fight for the puck. Player on the ground. That's the horn. So this period has come to a close. We'll start the third with 33 seconds of power play for the 49ers, but it's the Tigers who hold an advantage in this game on the score column. 4-3 lead after a wild back and forth second period. We'll take a quick intermission with the players, and we will be right back right after this. Hello, we are back here on Tigervision with the third period coming up in this hockey game, this Clemson hockey game against the Charlotte 49ers, and the Tigers find themselves ahead now. A contrast to the first intermission when they found themselves behind. The Tigers are now ahead 4-3. A very eventful second period that featured numerous power plays and numerous power play goals. We saw the Tigers take advantage of multiple power plays. They started the period off with a double power play off of a Cody Andriano penalty. They were able to score on one of them, draw even, and then take a lead. Alex Schreiber later putting a puck in the net himself. But it was Charlotte who would take advantage of a power play opportunity themselves. Actually, not officially going on power play. It was the delayed penalty. They took advantage of an extra skater on the ice before the power play even started.
Yep.
They get a puck in the net there to tie this bad boy at 3. But the Tigers, not to be outdone, take advantage of yet another power play. Nick Baltus putting the puck in the net, taking a 4-3 lead for the Tigers. But speaking of Nick Baltus, he finds himself in the penalty box.
Yeah, they're going to have to kill a major, I feel like this is a must kill for Clemson. You don't want to give up a goal with 33 seconds into the period. That would be a major blow to their momentum here. So
yeah,
hopefully they can kill this off and keep the momentum.
You talk about killing this penalty and staying ahead and keeping the momentum. What else do the Tigers need to do? A 1-goal lead is not much. What else do the Tigers need to do to make sure that they consistently are able to stay on top of things in this period?
I'm gonna talk as I pan to the ice. What they need to do is not play conservative. Okay, so they need to play their game, continue to put bodies in boards, and like you don't want to play conservative. You don't want to play over aggressive, but you just keep playing your game. That's how you're gonna get the victory.
Yeah, so Charlotte here, 20 seconds of penalty, 20 seconds of power play time left, as they try to get something going. But Clemson playing stifling penalty kill. They're trying to hold on to that must-kill situation here. The final seconds seem to be ticking away. Baltus about to come back onto the ice as Charlotte makes a last heave forward. That final second ticks off. Baltus back on and onto the bench as Stapleton's going to replace him immediately as the puck goes out of play and it's whistled dead. So 19:22 left here in this third and final period. 4-3 advantage for the Clemson Tigers. We're here in Taylors, South Carolina at the Pavilion, the coolest place in town, home of the Clemson ice hockey team. And we have another face-off here in front of the Tigers net. And that's going to be sent directly towards Badger, who's able to knock it away. Charlotte putting another shot on. Badger, again, able to knock it away. Physical play, both men going into the boards there, and Charlotte trying to get something going, but Clemson playing stifling defense, and that's going to be sent away. So poked away, and the Niners are going to be forced to reset. And as the Tigers now, Halsey going to be in control of this puck as they try to send it forward, and he tries to send it very high, and it just knocks off of one of the ceiling boards here.
Yeah, this building's a little shallow in the ceiling department, so he clears that and it goes straight into this railing we have on the ceiling. I don't know. That was a good job of trying to clear it. It's just unfortunate that it went up on this metal railing.
And an interesting thing about it too, if he's on the exact opposite side of the ice, if he's on the near side of the ice to our cameras here, that's to us here, that's actually fine. He's able to send it all the way down, but because he's on that side, the roof is angled down. So over on that far side, he actually is going to connect with those ceiling boards. So unfortunate that he's on that side of the ice and is able to connect with those beams. But Clemson now had an opportunity, unable to get position in that puck, and Charlotte finds themselves on some sort of a counterattack here. Clemson trying to play good defense as they have so many times in this game, hoping to not give the 49ers another opportunity to take advantage of. And that seems to be the name of the game thus far for both teams, taking advantage
we got
of
a delay
opportunities.
Penalty. We got
and here's an opportunity themselves for the Tigers. But line changes, he can't find any help. So he tried to go it alone and, alas, unsuccessfully. And actually there's a penalty. Number 10, Michael Ray going into the box for the Niners. Can't quite see what the issue was. Can you, Matt?
Yeah, it was tripping on this side. They kind of gave Clemson a little bit of delayed penalty. Badger was trying to get to the bench, but Charlotte got possession of the puck before he could get there. And I feel like this could be a nail in the coffin if they can capitalize on this.
Potentially, but the way this game's gone, you never know. I did see a man on his belly over there as Balta sends it from right at the blue line, unable to get it in. That was sent across in front of the net. I did see a man on his belly, but didn't think too much of it at the time. But, yeah, that would make sense. Tripping called Michael Ray. And now the Tigers, 1:40 left on a power play. That one's sent over near the net. Oh, that was basically a football tackle. Guys, the football game isn't until tomorrow night. But tonight we have hockey, and that physical play indeed. We see a man just go straight to the ground. Nothing called there.
Yeah, I'm a little. I don't know what to think of that. I feel like that could have easily been a call interference. We had puck in our zone, trying to get pucks to the net, and our captain Isaiah Jackson just taken to the ground like a double leg takedown in wrestling. That's 2 points in wrestling for Charlotte, but they get nothing on the ice. We still got the power play going. So.
Yeah, the Charlotte player there looking like a linebacker in the football game tomorrow night, coming over the middle trying to knock out a receiver, but alas, nothing called, and there's a face-off over here by the Tigers net, and the Tigers will be the ones to come out on top with it. That's Baltus with the puck, bringing it forward. He's going to send it to Jack Owen Turner, our guy. That's going to be knocked back and sent forward, so Charlotte's going to get the puck back, spreading out everybody, and that's sent all the way back around the boards. Badger's going to take it and lay it off behind the net. Just under a minute left now in this power play for the Tigers. So they come back on the attack. Jack Owen Turner moving forward, and it looks like an offsides as there's a scramble for it right there on the edge of the blue line, and it just takes a little bit of an unfortunate slide for the Tigers. So offsides called, we'll reset and have a face-off. The Tigers line changing, fresh legs now.
Yeah, let's hope this, I guess you would call it the second power play unit. Let's hope they can get some different perspectives on the ice and find some different holes in the Charlotte penalty kill.
So that puck sent backwards. Halsey's going to get it, send it forward. Oh, Butterfield trying to get it, but he's unable to claim it, falls down. But sent back. The Tigers now regaining possession of this puck. Sent forward, and Butterfield's actually going to get it. Charlotte had an opportunity, but it gets away from him. Butterfield's able to cut him off. However, he's unable to maintain possession. Charlotte giving good penalty kill press there. And now we're getting down closer. 15 seconds left in this power play. So Charlotte almost able to kill this penalty. Clemson hoping for a last-second advantage here. Sent forward. Halsey over. Tried to get it over to Cheser. Unable to get his second goal. And there it is. The power play is penalty is successfully killed by the 49ers. Back to even strength here. Physical play as the Tigers continue their attack. Sent backwards into the neutral zone. So Clemson forced to reset. Bounces around. They regain possession of the puck. Butterfield going forward, but it's going to go right to the goalie. Bellieu's able to send it out. Charlotte. Oh, good. Good for the Tigers there. Oh, tried to pass it over in front of the net, but unable to connect. That was stapled in there waiting and unable to just connect, get that pass. Charlotte sending it forward. Clemson again knocking it away. Fighting for it, and Clemson's going to be able to come out with possession. They're going to try and fight forward. Charlotte's going to steal it, however. They had an opportunity, fumbling with the puck a little bit, sit in front of Badger, but unable to connect with anybody on the pass. So Charlotte now on the attack, sending it to a man in front of the net. Again, unable to connect on the pass. And the Tigers now trying to fight it forward. That shot is blocked away. Jake Badger, excellent save.
Charlotte's doing a good job of
a little payback there perhaps on a couple other things. So physical play here.
We got penalty interference on Clemson. I was just saying that Charlotte's doing a good job of keeping the puck in their offensive zone, but looks like they're going to get a power play out of this. Hopefully we can make a little bit of changes and get this puck out of the zone. Try to keep momentum here. It looks like Charlotte's putting on the pressure. So
yeah. So like you said, it's a penalty on Joe Halsey. So he's going to be all alone in the penalty box now.
Another Halsey reference.
All these Halsey references. He might be a little sorry about that, too, especially if they're able to put it in the net. There's another one for you. Folks, if you're counting at home, I think I've gotten at least over 5 on these Halsey references. Any Halsey fans out there, please keep count for me. That's going to skeet over the Badger. He's going to get on top of it and cover it up. So a minute 48 left in this power play. 14:48 left in this period. Tigers still holding on to a 1-goal, 4-3 lead.
We'll see if Halsey's a big influence on that defense, playing all over the ice, getting.
Ooh, tried to get it in. Oh, trying to see. That was number 8, Lance Ralston there helping out Badger, coming to his goalie's aid as Badger was pulled away on that, Matt. What did you see?
Well, it looked like it answered my question. My question was, how is this penalty kill going to react without one of their leaders on defense, Joe Halsey? He's been playing great tonight, but Luke Ralston, the youngster, just coming out and finding that finding that puck all alone in front of the net. He does a great job of just getting it out.
Right, so Badger coming up with save, and then Ralston coming up with a quintessential save himself. So the defense coming up big on this penalty kill, but that is not going to be what the Tigers want. It's a goal for Charlotte. So we talk about taking advantage of opportunities. Halsey helps give Charlotte an opportunity, and Charlotte takes advantage, and now we've drawn back even in this game. Once again, it just seems like these teams keep trading off goals, trading off leads, and now it's 4-4, 14 minutes left in this period.
Well, one thing is they keep trading off power play goals, so it looks like it's going to come down to either who has the last penalty or who has the last power play, per se, or if someone can step up 5-on-5, hopefully get a goal that way.
Right, like you mentioned, that's yet another power play goal in this game. A lot of power play goals. I think we're up to maybe like 5 of them being power play goals. Another shot sent in front of the net. Badger, no need to do anything on that one. Charlotte again on the attack, but that's going to get away from them. Clemson will race for it. Clemson's going to come out on top. Actually, no, Charlotte's going to come out on top. Tried to go in front of the net, but unable to get it in. That shot is blocked off of somebody. It might have even gone off of a Charlotte player. Physical play over by the boards. Both teams sending each other into the boards, trying to gain possession. And Owen Turner's just going to send that one into the boards, meet up behind the net, and Owen Turner's going to wind up catching his own pass down there.
Oh, we got a delay. We had a delayed penalty, tripping. So Charlotte's going to go to the penalty box here. Hopefully, we can just trade power play goals and regain the lead here.
So that appeared to be number 8, I believe. Philip Werner going into, number 8, Philip Werner going into the penalty box for the 49ers. So we're going to get 11 seconds of 4-on-4 action here.
No, it's going to be a power play. They it looks like they didn't take off the scoreboard from the power play goal.
Oh, they have not taken it off the scoreboards. You're right.
Yeah, we got a full 2-minute power play here.
The Clemson box is empty. Same cannot be said for the Niners box. So it is a full power play for the Tigers, and they are on the attack now. So scrambling for the puck, the penalty kill working in full force so far. The Tigers trying to find something. This pass is going to be sent over the Baltas. He shoots. Oh, I thought he scored for a second. Unable to get that puck in as it bounces around in front of the net a little bit. So the Tigers wasting no time getting those pucks on net. Another scramble for it in front of the goal. There's a man sliding on the ground, and we have a shorthanded attempt here. 2-on-1. Oh, pass, and is unable to connect. He tried to just one-time it in and unable to do so. Shot seemed like it missed. Maybe blocked away by Badger, perhaps.
That pass on that 2-on-1, that was a beautiful saucer pass. It just looks like the Charlotte forward shooting just couldn't get his stick on it. But beautiful saucer pass. It looks like our defenders pinched a little too much, allowing that odd man rush. But let's see if we can.
Oh, looks like there was a trip.
Let's see what we got here. The penalty box door is open for Charlotte for number 27. It looks like Cody Adriano is just making a home out of this penalty box here.
Ooh,
5-on-3. This is something I asked the Clemson coach tonight, Xander, what if they made any changes, and he said this is just changing the lineups a little bit, getting different perspectives on the ice. 5-on-3, that's a huge gift, especially being tied here. They could take the lead.
Yes, 5-on-3, huge opportunity. Excellent glove save there. So 5-on-3 opportunity, 43 seconds left of 5-on-3, and then we'll go back to a normal power play for a little over a minute. But Clemson, huge opportunity here. We talk about opportunities being big in this game. Power play goals, the theme of this game, taking advantage of opportunities, and this is the kind of opportunity that Clemson needs to take advantage on. Tries to go 5-hole there, Halsey did, unable to put it in the net.
They just need to create some space here. I mean, they got a 2-man advantage. They got plenty of ice to move the puck around. They can just they just need to pass, find some open shots, find some open creases, and just take advantage of those. So,
right, 35 seconds left of 5-on-3 action. Charlotte doing everything they can on penalty kill, and they've got a man on the ground on his butt. but the Tigers unable to take advantage of it as that back pass scoots away. So the Tigers are forced to reset here on this 5-on-3 power play. And they're pulling it forward. Oh, a man laid out. But Bellew once again is going to save it and get on top of that puck.
He's come up big in this this power play here. 5-on-3. That's not an easy task for a netminder to take over. So let's hope we can get it past him here. He's been a brick wall in this power play so far. Let's see if we can get it past him before these 14 seconds are up on this 5-on-3 and take advantage of the next power play as well.
Yeah, so we give a lot of praise to our guy, Jake Badger, as the Tigers got fresh legs and a line shift there, so new men on the ice for the Tigers. But we give a lot of praise to our guy, Jake Badger. But let's be a little impartial here and give a lot of credit to Bellew. Jake Badger playing out of his mind tonight, but so is his counterpart for the Niners.
Yeah, he's been playing really well. It's hard to play well when your team consistently is in the penalty box. So that's I mean, as much as we talk about the power play goals tonight, the goalies have also we haven't given them enough credit for the penalty kill saves they've made with all the penalties this game has given us.
Right, and this penalty kill seems to be working very well for Charlotte so far as that puck is sit on goal. And, oh! Badger makes a great save, but it spills it. And another attempt almost goes in, but barely misses the net, and that one is another save by Badger. So missed opportunity there for Charlotte to get a shorthanded goal on this penalty kill, and now Clemson in the final seconds of this power play has a chance here to potentially take advantage of it. McCann sends it over, unable to really get anything going. That puck is put on the net. A scramble to put it in. Oh! That is a hit leveled on Jack Owen Turner, it seems. Yes, Jack Owen Turner. Clemson not happy with that hit, and we've got a stoppage in play. And the penalty box for Charlotte, that door is open, so we might have yet another penalty for Charlotte here.
Yeah, it looks like the ref signal cross-checking. It looks like they're talking about it.
This could be huge because if we look at the scoreboard and if it's correct, there is, and yes, that's 72 that's going in. Chase Weirden. So 1 second was left on the Andriano penalty. They were literally 1 second away from successfully killing that penalty with a 4-4 tie in this game. 10 minutes left, and now the Niners will find themselves behind the 8 ball for another 2 minutes and down a man for yet another 2 minutes.
Clemson has to take advantage of these power plays because that is just Charlotte's gaining momentum every time they kill off a penalty, which has been 4 straight penalties for Charlotte. So if they can kill this one off, the momentum's not looking good for the Tigers unless someone can step up 5-on-5. So
this is Halsey now with the puck. That pass, unable to connect in front of the net. So again, Charlotte's able to successfully kill that penalty. So the 1 second 4-on-4, nothing happens there. But a minute 40 left in this power play. There's a scramble. The penalty kill for Charlotte has been really good in this game, to an extent, of course, as both teams have given up plenty of power play goals. Physical play there. Goal! Goal number 27, and Drew Butterfield slicing through the defense like a knife through butter. And he gets that goal into the net, gives the Tigers the lead again.
So that is one of the stories we've been seeing tonight is that the leaders are stepping up, the seniors, the juniors like Jacob Vanderleest. So these guys are just the leaders are showing up tonight, and that was huge, a power play goal to take the lead. I felt like that was a must-have goal on that power play. I felt like it was just too much to not score on that, especially with 4 straight penalties for Charlotte.
Yeah, I agree with you there. It felt like that was the kind of power play, kind of opportunity that they could not afford to miss.
Yeah.
Yes, the game is tied, but Charlotte, we saw in that first period what they can do when they get a lot of momentum.
Yep.
It felt like they were on the verge of potentially getting that kind of momentum, but now Clemson taking advantage of all of these opportunities, getting that puck in the net, retaking a 5-4 lead here. Now they're the ones with the momentum.
Yep. And, I mean, these seniors continue to step up in this game, which is quite the opposite from last game, the freshmen stepping up. So it's refreshing to see that all around everybody's stepping up in this game.
Yeah, so Clemson taking that up the ice, he just sends it from about mid-ice down there towards Bellew, who's able to just easily gobble it up, cover it up, and we reset for a face-off. So 8 minutes and 45 seconds left here in period 3, the third and final period of this game. Clemson holds a 5-4 lead here in Taylor, South Carolina at the Pavilion, the coolest place in town and home of the Clemson Tigers ice hockey team. So we have a face-off here now in front of the Charlotte net. The Tigers looking to take advantage of this, but Charlotte will win that face-off, and actually that's going to be sent back down to the Tigers, sent away for the fear of offside. Tigers now have repossession of the puck, and looking to take advantage of it, Pieknik there behind the net, tries to send it forward in front of the net, unable to gain possession, however. Charlotte playing good defense, a couple of men falling over one another there, a player for each team winding up on their sides. But they get up, we continue to play. Charlotte moving forward with this puck. He's slicing through the defense there, but defense stifling a little bit, and that back pass unable to connect with anybody. So Charlotte forced to go all the way back and reset. Bringing it back forward, but Clemson playing a very pressing defense, trying to do everything they can to keep Charlotte from drawing back even, and that's going to get sent back down, picked up right in front of the Charlotte bench. A man coming onto the ice. Clemson able to get possession of that puck, however, but again, Charlotte picking it back up, going back on the attack as Clemson didn't have numbers because they too were getting fresh legs themselves. But Clemson stifling, getting possession of that puck and just cleared out of the way, not connecting with anybody, and it appears we've got an icing on the ice.
Something Clemson wants to keep in mind is that they are up a goal late in the almost a little over halfway point. There's 7 minutes and 30 seconds left, so something they want to keep in mind is to not live in their defensive zone. They don't want to give Charlotte the idea that they're just laying back, playing conservative. That lets Charlotte know that they can just pepper Badger with as many shots as they can. So,
right, and we saw in the South Carolina game what happens when Badger gets peppered with too many shots. The man can only do so much. A brick wall can only withstand so much. And a couple of bricks got knocked loose in that game and it enabled up a few pucks to get through. This game, not anywhere near the case. Yes, Charlotte's put 4 goals into that, but that's a result not necessarily of a number of shots on goal, but rather opportunities of power plays.
Yeah, it seems like every goal we've had since the start of the game has been a power play goal. So let's hope we don't give up a penalty. That's key number 1.
Yes.
Late in this game, and key number 2 is just to keep playing our game, physical hockey, just continuing to put pucks on net, because I tell you what, if we get another goal, it's a whole different story, being up 2 late in the third period than being up 1. So.
And another thing to keep in mind, too, no team has held a 2-goal lead in this game. The most the team has been ahead at any point in this game has just been a measly 1 goal. So at this point, it almost feels like if a team's able to get ahead by 2, that's your dagger.
That could be the nail in the coffin, yeah.
So a second goal for Clemson here could very well be that quote-unquote nail in the coffin, that proverbial dagger, if you will. Oh, my goodness. That was a hellacious hit by the boards, and we've got a Charlotte player down on the ice. He's in a lot of pain. He's not moving much.
Well, we got a penalty on our captain, Isaiah Jackson, for elbowing, so.
That seems about right there. So a hard hit there near the boards. I don't think anything necessarily intentional there, but alas, a very hard hit, a very unfortunate circumstance. And we've got a little bit of a hurt. We got a hurt player here for Charlotte. He's skating back over to the ice under his own power, though, so that's good to see. You hate to see a guy go down like that, so good to see him able to get up, get off the ice and back onto the bench under his own power. But Isaiah Jackson finds himself in the penalty box. 2 minutes here for the Tigers to be down a man. So they're going to need to rely on their penalty kill to come up. This is one time where I would say they can't afford to not kill this penalty.
Giving up a power play goal this late in the game, I mean, I know they're up 1, but if Charlotte can somehow tie this game, that's a whole different momentum shift late in this third period. So.
And they have peppered this net with shots here so far on this power play, just 30 seconds into it. And they've already sent about 2 or 3, now about 3 or 4 shots on the goal. Most of them going wide and missing the net, but shots are shots, and eventually they can get them on the net, and on the net sometimes equals in the net.
Yep.
Badger a brick wall, and there it is. That's a goal. We were just talking about it. They're able to move him over and get a hole, and they take advantage of said opening, and we now find ourselves tied at 5 after yet again another power play goal.
Yeah, this that was one of the things I said, that Clemson can't afford to give up a penalty this late, because it seems like it's power play goal after power play goal. So someone's going to have to step up for this team 5-on-5 and just find the puck and get the puck in the back of the net 5-on-5, or hopefully get another penalty, because it seems like that's the only way pucks are going in the back of the net, is if there's a penalty.
Yeah, so just under 6 minutes left here in this third and final period. 5-5 our score at Taylor in the Pavilion at Taylor, South Carolina. Power play goals, the name of this game, and Clemson on the attack here, maybe getting a rare even strength goal. Vanderlee's trying his best there, but unable to get it in the net. And that one blocked away by Bellew.
Clemson doing a really good job of just keeping this puck in the zone. Well, as soon as I say that, it goes out of the zone.
Yes, but they do regain possession here in the neutral zone, so they reset. That's McKeon coming forward. And we mentioned they get a lead a while ago on a power play goal. Isaiah Jackson kind of kills that momentum with a penalty of his own. Charlotte, unsurprisingly, after the way this game has played out, taking advantage of a power play opportunity, tying this thing up at 5. That puck blocked off a Badger into the net, so it's a stoppage of play. Both teams looking for some fresh legs to come on this ice for a face-off here. Just over 5 minutes left with a 5-5 score.
If there's one thing we know about the captain, Isaiah Jackson, is that he hates losing more than he likes winning. So that's one thing he told us after the South Carolina game. I expect him to save by Badger.
Long shot, and yeah, saved by Badger.
I expect Isaiah Jackson to come out after giving up that penalty. I feel like he's going to take this one hard. He's going to come out and create a play for us to take the lead. So, bold prediction, but I got it.
It would be pretty fitting if he is the one to wind up scoring the winning goal in this game, and that one's just going to get knocked over. It's not even going to find it. It's just going to hit the wall over there. I heard a loud thunk.
Yeah, we might have a souvenir for our cameraman Pearson over there.
Yeah, Pearson, if you can hear us, look for that puck, buddy. I found a couple over there before the game, so somebody tell Pearson he needs to see if he can find that puck and get him a souvenir. But we have a face-off here in the neutral zone, and Charlotte with the puck. So they are on the attack once again, but knocked away. And Clemson now with possession, fighting for it here. That's Owen Turner with the puck, an opportunity. Sent forward. Tried to connect with Cheser, but couldn't quite get it in the net. Ralston sends that one forward, unable to connect with anybody. Cheser fighting for that puck. Isaiah Jackson now fighting for the puck, and it's going to be knocked over the Baltus. Owen Turner now getting possession of this puck, an opportunity for Jack Owen Turner. Oh! Unable to find the back of the net. A nice save by Bellew. Bellew once again coming up big for the 49ers.
Owen Turner had the right idea there. He had a 2-on-1 opportunity there, and the defender chose to stick with cover the pass, so he had to call his own number. I like that idea.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. And this game, nearing the conclusion of the third period, we're still tied at 5. So either team doing whatever they can to try and break through and get a late lead and win this thing in regulation. But the way things stand right now, we could be looking at some free hockey, Matt.
That's right. Some overtime hockey. Nothing better.
Yes, and here come the Charlotte 49ers looking to say something about that, but shot directly in the Badger's chest. Easy save for Badger. So ferocious down there in the net, Badger is. But Bellew also pretty ferocious on his own right. Both goalies really coming up huge. I know there's been a combined 10 goals in this game.
Yeah, it's hard to just look at the score and say, well, both goalies gave up 5 goals, but it's not even the quantity of shots that these goalies have faced as much as it is the quality of shots. They're making some pretty sweet glove saves, and
yes,
and they're coming up big in the net. Both giving up 5 goals, but like I said, it's more about the quality of shots that they've saved than the quantity.
And I think another thing to keep in mind, too, is, as we talked about with the opportunities on so many power play goals, is the majority of these goals being power play goals, they've given up goals when they have one less defender out there.
Yeah.
So they're facing a very difficult situation where it's much more difficult on them to be able to stop those pucks effectively.
Yeah, it's a tough task to ask a goalie to stop every power play shot. So it's and that's been the story of this game, is power play goal after power play goal. It's not necessarily the goalie's fault that he's given up 5 as much as it is he's got one less player in front of him to stop pucks from getting to him. So.
Right, and Clemson now finds themselves with this puck caught in the line change, however, so tough to gain possession here, but even strength fighting for the puck down there in the corner, and it is the Tigers still with possession. That shot's going to deflect immediately off of a Charlotte defender, off of his skate, and fighting for the puck still. Man on his knees, but he's trying to get the puck. He's back on his skates. And that's going to be sent back all the way near the end. Tigers racing after it. New men on the ice. Line change. Some fresh legs here. Baltus bringing it forward. Charlotte playing tough. Pressing defense. Knocked away again. Vanderleest just sending it forward. Charlotte's going to scoop it up. Sending it forward themselves. And that's Ralston running into a proverbial brick wall of a man there. But Baltus is going to come forward with it, up with it, excuse me. Ralston sending it forward. Charlotte, however, is the one who connects with it. Baltus back with the puck, though. He's moving it forward. Clemson on the attack, sent forward, and icing called, unable to connect with anybody there. So a minute and 14 seconds left. A tied 5-5 game. We're about to have a face-off here right in front of Clemson's net. So Badger might need to be careful here. Matt, a minute 12 seconds. Matt, time's running short. These teams, they want to avoid overtime. In this game of regulation, what do they got to do?
Well, first Clemson's got to win this face-off and just get it out of the zone. They got tired guys on the ice, so.
Oh, I thought for a second that was going in, but it's wide of the net. Charlotte had an opportunity there, but they can't quite capitalize. Another shot on the net. Badger saves it away. We are under a minute left in regulation. So time is ticking away. Men on the ground, bodies everywhere. Clemson with the puck, trying to drive it forward, passed across the ice, kicked away by the defender.
Delayed offsides.
Tigers
They got a
back in
chance to
possession.
get a line change here.
It was sent over the Vanderleest, can't quite gain possession. Man sent into the ice, or into the boards, excuse me. Passed over in front of the net. Charlotte well away. Under 30 seconds left now. Charlotte player falls on his ground. That's sent away. Clemson's able to clear it. New legs coming on the ice for the Tigers. 18 seconds left. Clemson doing everything they can to try and get this puck back and get a last-second goal. Charlotte doing everything they can to get the last-second goal themselves. The Tigers defense coming up big at stoppage of play. 9.6 seconds left.
A penalty on Clemson.
Yes, and that was Bellew over there who was trying his best to get off the ice on a delayed penalty, but Clemson touches it, and now 9.6 seconds left, and that's Joe Halsey. He's been huge for the Tigers tonight, and this could prove huge as well. 2-minute penalty here at the end of regulation. 9.6 seconds of a man advantage for the Charlotte 49ers.
So it looks like Charlotte called a timeout. They're going to game plan what to do on this power play. First, they're going to try to win the faceoff and then set something up. With 9.6 seconds, they might try to pull their goalie if they can win the faceoff, get an extra man at 6-on-4, and then try to set up a shot. What Clemson needs to do is the most important thing they can do is win the faceoff, clear the ice, and then we go to overtime. So let's hope.
And one thing to note, too, if we go into overtime, this penalty, it does carry over, yes?
Yes.
So that penalty, that last minute and essentially 50 seconds of this penalty will be what starts a sudden death overtime. So a very Not what you want kind of situation for the Tigers if this is what this is just an unfortunate situation for the Tigers all around.
Yeah, this is definitely not what you want, especially with the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 goals coming from the power play. So this is a tough situation. If Clemson can kill it off,
yes,
then they are going to take complete momentum, I feel like, because killing off penalties has been a rarity in this game. So.
Yeah. It seems like every time we see a penalty, we see a puck enter the net.
Yep.
The name of this game has been power play goals, taking advantage of those kinds of opportunities. And this feels like one of those situations where if you're Charlotte, this is a must-capitalize opportunity. If you're Clemson, this is undoubtedly a must-kill opportunity.
Yes, this is definitely a must-kill, especially being this late. And then if they go into overtime, if they don't kill it, the game's over.
So here we go, the face-off in the Tigers' end. Badger ready. Everything is going to be coming at him here if they can get possession, but Clemson's able to clear it away, and it seems like those final seconds are going to tick off. Belly is going to just lay it off, and Charlotte's going to hold it out, and we are going to go to overtime.
That was, I want to give credit to Nick Cheser. That was a huge face-off win in the defensive zone, being on the penalty kill this late in the third period. If he gives up that face-off, that's so major.
Yes.
It's a major blow.
All right, so it is 5-5. End of the third period. Regulation is over. We've completed 60 minutes of hockey, but we don't have a winner yet.
Yeah.
So what do? We go to overtime. We're going to play some more hockey. And, I don't even know where to begin. I mean, What a wild period. We saw 3 goals scored. Charlotte gets 2, and that's your difference maker. Clemson came in with a 1-goal advantage. They get 1 themselves, but allow 2 to Charlotte. So we have a 5-5 tie. We're going to overtime. The score is even, but the men on the ice won't be to start this overtime period.
Yeah, this is, again, I can't emphasize enough how tough this is going to be for Clemson to go into this 5-minute overtime with 1:51. So essentially you have 40% of this overtime on the penalty kill, which is so tough to be down because power play goals are the story of this game.
Yeah. So it seems, we talk about taking advantage of opportunities. Both teams have done an excellent job of taking advantage of those opportunities.
Yep.
Charlotte has a perfect opportunity here that they need to take advantage of, and it's at the beginning of a sudden death overtime. And like you mentioned, 5 minutes. That's it. This overtime is only 5 minutes. Yep. So Clemson finds themselves backs against the wall for the majority of this overtime. And that seems to make things a lot different here because normally overtime, even strength, you go out there, you just play it like normal. It's just a little hyped up. However, now you're down a man.
This is do or die for Clemson in the purest form. I mean, it's a must kill. If you don't, they score, the game's over. So.
Right, and Charlotte opens up this overtime period, winning that faceoff. It's sent back. So Charlotte, they're going to be peppering that net with everything they've got. And just as I say that, they send the shot on, but it goes wide. Sophia with the puck. Passed over, passed around, shot.
Oh.
Saved. Jake freaking Badger.
Yeah, that was a huge save. He tried to go. Excuse me. He tried to go behind the glove on that sharp angle shot, and Badger just stole it. He robbed him of that goal.
So the official has kept play quiet here for a second. He's saying something over near the scorekeeper's area. I don't know what's going on here.
It looks like there was a discrepancy between the game clock and the penalty kill clock.
That would be very important.
Yeah.
So they try to end that. Shot, and Badger knocks it away. What do you know? So that's sent all the way back down the Pellew. Tigers, so far, so good on the penalty kill. Charlotte takes it from behind their own net. Just under 1:20 left in this penalty, in this power play for the Niners as they pass it back. Shot blocks off of a Clemson player. Oh! Shot on net. I don't think that one made it to Badger. It looks like it bounced off of somebody.
This is not good. We got a penalty on Clemson. It's going to be a 5-on-3.
Looked like it was a tripping, don't you
Yep.
think? That's what I thought
And that
when it
is
happened.
that is so, I can't express enough how huge this is, losing Nick Chesser. He is the face-off man you want. As we've seen, to end the third period, he wins that key face-off and then dumps it down ice. You lose your face-off guy on the penalty kill, and then you only have 3 guys on ice in overtime. This is not a good situation for Clemson.
And now you talked about a significant number of time at the beginning of this overtime being backs against the wall and penalty kill. Now you find yourself down 2 men, and for the next 2 minutes, you are going to be at a disadvantage. That is half of the time left in this game.
Yep. Especially with this long 5-on-3. They got 55 seconds left on this 5-on-3. Clemson has to do something. They have to get the puck out of the zone.
It's gone from bad to worse for the Tigers. Ooh, for a second, it almost looked like it was going to go in. That one, opportunity, and how have they not put this in the net? Charlotte peppering this net with the puck and unable to get said puck. Another block away by Jake Badger. This man is playing out of his mind. Back against the wall, back against the net, front to the puck and keeping it out of the net. Baltus laying his body on the line to try and block that. A half-hearted dive block there, keeping it out of the net. Clemson doing everything they can to fight for it. A shot goes wide. Charlotte, oh my God! That looked like McKeon on the ground. Badger going, no, it was Vanderleest, either Vanderleest or McKeon on the ground. Oh my God,
that might be the play of the game for Clemson here. McKeon, wide open net, Charlotte has. McKeon lays his body on the line to keep that puck out of the net, and we got a high stick here.
An amazing dive block there by John McKeon. Badger doing everything he can to keep that puck from going in the net, and his defense helping him out. We saw a couple of dive block. Baltus trying to dive block there earlier in that sequence, and McKeon actually laying out a dive block. So 2 minutes, 54 seconds left in overtime. 49 seconds left on this power play, and how is Charlotte not scored?
I can't tell you. Badger's got ice in his veins, 1, and 2, he's playing risky, which is good because if you play risky, it pays off big, which it has. And then the defenders, the penalty killers, are laying their bodies on the line. It's something that makes a coach and the fans proud to see that they're willing to put it all out on the line.
And the Charlotte player tried to skate out from behind his own net and lost the puck. He had to go back and pick it up and reset himself. So Clemson, the penalty kill, paying huge dividends so far. And that one sent all the way back down towards Bellew. That would have been wild if that just snuck underneath his legs there. But good job by Bellew. He's been a brick wall in his own right tonight. 27 seconds left on the penalty kill for the Tigers. So far, so good. Backs against the wall, and they have held strong right when they needed to. If there were ever a moment where they couldn't allow the flow of this game to continue, this was it.
Yeah, they've stepped up big. This is a huge face-off, too, because, well, I was about to say if Clemson could win it, then they can kill some time, but they're still killing time, putting pressure on the forecheck and causing Charlotte to have to reset here. Puck goes out of the zone.
The Charlotte player fell on his butt. Lost his footing there, so Clemson's able to clear it a little bit. And the final seconds appear to be ticking away here. We're down to 5 seconds left on this power play, and Clemson 1-0. They have successfully killed these penalties. Now 2 minutes, even strength for anybody to break through, and the Tigers have possession of the puck. Blocked away by Charlotte. Back over to Owen Turner now. He's lining it up. Pass over to Pieknik. Pass down. Isaiah Jackson behind the net. Shot. Scores! Scores! And the Tigers have won it in overtime!
What did I say? I said Isaiah Jackson would come up big. He gets the main assist behind the net to score in overtime. Oh, my gosh.
And I couldn't see who put that in the net. I couldn't tell who got the game winner. But, Matt, does it really matter? It's 6-5 your final.
What? Oh, my gosh. What a game. Clemson comes up huge on this penalty kill. And what did I say? They get all the momentum. They get absolutely all the momentum. Charlotte just doesn't know what to do with themselves in their defensive zone. And Clemson takes advantage of all the turnovers that Charlotte just gave them.
Yes.
Isaiah Jackson coming up huge on the penalty kill, stepping up 5-on-5. I don't know. This is going to be tough for play of the game.
I don't know. I feel like we have to go with whoever scored that final goal.
Yeah.
I feel like in overtime you got to go with the game winner. So if we can figure out who that was, that's definitely our guy. But wow, what an amazing conclusion to that game. 1 minute and 45 seconds left in overtime. They spent the entirety of the beginning of overtime.
They're hugging Nick Cheser.
They were hugging on Nick Cheser. That would have been his second goal of the game. So it might have very well been him. We'll figure that out. But wow, what a conclusion to this game where they spend the vast majority, the Tigers do, they spend the vast majority of this overtime period at the beginning. From the very beginning, they are down at least one man. Then they find themselves backs against the wall even more. I mean, 5-on-3. Then they kill that. Go back to normal 5-on-4 power play. Kill that. And then almost immediately, they go back to even with about 2 minutes, 5 seconds left. And then literally 20 seconds later, puck finds the back of the net. Tigers win this game 6-5.
The resiliency of this team is something special. To go down 5-on-3 in overtime, must kill, like we said, clearly a must kill. Otherwise, the game's over. And backs against the wall. They played their best hockey. I mean, they got the puck out of the zone, causing turnovers on Charlotte's power play. And then to kill off the penalty, and like you said, not even 20 seconds later, put the puck in the back of the net. That's just a statement to how resilient this team is, and I can't wait. I can't wait for the next game.
Yeah, I mean, this is a heck of a game. What a way for the Tigers to claim their first victory. Feeling a little defeated after that first game where you lose to your arch rival in South Carolina 6-4, a game where you very well could have won but couldn't quite take advantage of those opportunities. And you come here tonight, and the name of the game is taking advantage of opportunities.
Yep.
Sure, they give up plenty to Charlotte. Sure, Charlotte does everything they can to take advantage of those opportunities. And if you're Charlotte, you got to feel a little hard done because you're like, man, we did everything we could. But Clemson is able to do just a little bit more. They get just enough. They get just a few more opportunities. They're able to take advantage of those opportunities slightly more, and probably more importantly, as we saw with this overtime period, they're able to prevent Charlotte from taking advantage of opportunities just one more time than Charlotte was able to prevent Clemson.
It seems like they completely rewrote the story of this game. The story of the game, as we mentioned a million times, was power play goals, and they completely changed the story. To have a 5-on-3 penalty kill, a two-man advantage for Charlotte, and then to be able to kill that. That's I can't even put into words how insane that is, especially with all the power play goals that were scored in this game.
How do you get a 5-on-3 advantage and not take advantage of that in overtime? But, hey, if you're Charlotte, you needed to take advantage of that. You did it, and you pay the price. Clemson gets that momentum, and they take full advantage of it, find the puck, find the net, put puck in net, ball game. Or should I say puck game.
Yeah.
Yes. So amazing finish to this one. Clemson picking up their first victory of the season. They pulled a 500, 1-1 on the season. Matt, this is a huge momentum builder moving forward.
Yeah, this is insane. Great game. You always love free hockey after the original 60 minutes. I don't know what to say other than the fact that we're all just ecstatic for this win. It's a weight lifted off the team's shoulders, as well as everybody, all the fans that came out, us putting on this broadcast. I mean, we couldn't be happier to get this win, get the first win, get our legs under us. So I'm happy to be a part of this.
An amazing Friday night into potentially, it's Saturday now. This game finds its way into Saturday with the free hockey. So couldn't find a better way to transition into the weekend here in Taylor, South Carolina. 60 minutes was not enough at the Pavilion. We have to play a little extra, but the Tigers find the way to win this thing at the coolest place in town, 6-5 in overtime with some free hockey. So that's all we've got for you. Thank you for tuning in to Tigervision. Hopefully we can get a post-game interview with our game-winning goal scorer. If not, then somebody. We'll have to figure that out. But we're going to bring you some of that action. But for Matt Tiart. Gosh darn it. I will get this, I promise. Matt Tiart. I'm Wyatt Street. Thank you for tuning in to this broadcast of Clemson Hockey on Tigervision.
We'll see you next time. Go Tigers.
Hello, everyone. My name is Josh Strickland. I'm here with Nick Cheser here. He scored the game-winning goal here tonight in this thrilling overtime win against UNC Charlotte. Now, Nick, you also scored another goal earlier on. What was going through your head during that first goal?
Well, they chipped the puck up to me, so I was skating up the ice, and I saw Isaiah Jackson going behind the D, so I was like, might as well just try to pass it to him. But it ended up deflecting off their D and going into the net, so I was like, okay.
What was going through the whole team's minds during that insane penalty kill at the beginning of overtime? It was 5-on-3 for a solid minute, and it was insane. Just everything was going on down in the net. So, what was going through the team's mind during that?
We were just trying to kill it off because we didn't want to lose to this team. We wanted to win because we lost last week to our rival USC.
Yeah.
So it was like we killed off the penalty, and then we ended up scoring. So it was like it felt really good.
And then, of course, how do you feel about scoring that game winner? It was intense. It was an intense game the whole night. How do you feel?
I feel great. It was my second career college goal, and to make it a game winner in overtime to win the game.
Especially having this belt.
Yeah.
But that's it for me and Nick Cheser. Thank you for watching, everyone. This has been Tigervision providing you the Clemson Club hockey game. Thank you.